Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green, and I'm the manager of the Swindon Swoodilypoopers. Today begins our march to a repeat of our Carling Cup victory from last season. We're taking on Colchester today. I'm not going to lie to you, it's the Swindon Swoodilypooper B team. This is where one-size-fits-all wanted to play. I mean, he came up to me before the season started and said, look, I'm not going to be an everyday player anymore, but I want to play in the League Cup games, maybe some of the Euro League games. And I was like, that's awesome. One thing I love about one-size-fits-all is his ability to sort of understand who he is, what he can do, and as he ages, to have aged gracefully. That's why, as you can see, he's greeting our referee today, our Turkish referee. Anyway, I admire the hell out of that guy. So we've got one-size-fits-all, Ginger Rampage anchoring the back. Up front, Angel and D. McGoldrylocks. May he find the perfect bed today. Okay, here we go. We're going to finish the Google Autofill, beginning with, is it okay to only want one child? Of course it is. Yeah, I mean, don't ask Google these things. Ask your spouse these things. All right, what's next? Is it okay to pray for money? That's a really interesting question. It gets into this whole what's called the prosperity gospel, which is sort of this sect of very interesting sect of Christianity that sort of argues that like God wants you to be wealthy and to be prosperous and that you should like basically pray for money and also like live in a prayerful way, and that if you give live in this like financially prayerful way, and also a lot of times if you give to your church, that it will like come back to you tenfold or whatever. That is obviously problematic from a theological perspective, since there's the whole business about it being easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. Now you can read that metaphorically, as lots of people do, and indeed as much of the Bible must be read. But that said, still a little problematic. Yeah, I mean, I will say I think it's okay to pray. Oh, McGoldrylocks, I needed you to like swing that in like other John Green would have. Oh, you had a great opportunity. Maybe you needed to square your body a little more to the goal. I don't think it's wrong. I certainly don't think it's wrong to pray for security at all. And money can be a part of security, but it's really a relative. It is an important part, definitely, but it's not the only important part. And certainly, as you will see from observing the lives of Kardashians, money does not necessarily make you very happy. And certainly, if you observe the lives of Real Housewives, money can make you, or certainly doesn't provide security or a feeling of like emotional well-being or stability or any of that stuff that you may want it to. That said, without at least a measure of financial security, it's difficult to feel that sense of stability that is so important to human beings, like in terms of them being productive and useful and healthy and happy and stuff. So I guess a qualified yes. Next. Is it wrong to question your faith? I think it is much weirder not to question your faith. A lot of these questions seem to be asked by religious people. I don't know why Google is. Well, I guess it may be the phrase. Is it wrong to? Oh! Am I not hitting B? One size fits all had a fantastic chance for a goal, but his 38-year-old body just couldn't get up. Context, guys. Come on. Show some class, supporters. Anyway, is it? Yeah, no, it's not wrong to question your faith. I think I do think it's much weirder not to question your faith because, like, you got to get there. Of course, I don't want you to shoot. I was hitting the B button over and over again out of frustration. No, I don't think it's. I think it is much. Oh, that's frustrating. Angel wants to score. He wants it bad. Yeah, he wants it really bad. Okay, here we go. He wants his first Swoodilypooper goal, and I don't blame him. It would be beautiful to see. D. McGoldrylocks. Pass it. Swoodilypooper frustration. Why we can't beat Colchester? All right. Yeah, I mean, if you're not, if you don't question your faith, that to me that indicates a measure of like lack of interest in and rigor in examining what you believe and why you believe it and why it's important to you and whether it should continue to be important to you, which is something you should constantly be examining. I think, and like something that's really a really important part of being a person. Like the whole pleasure to me of being a person is this ability to like engage intellectually with questions that are important to you. Um, and so yeah, I definitely think you should. Oh, we almost just had 40 seconds of silence. God, that was painfully close for Merrick. Merrick, this is getting a little frustrating here. We gotta win this one. We don't want it to go to extra time. God knows we're playing Colchester. So no, I think it's important to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong, but that's my opinion. That's what you wanted. That's what you're getting. All right. What's next?
To read 50 Shades of Grey.
Is it wrong to read 50 Shades of Grey? Another question, I guess, that might be asked by some religious people. No, I don't think it's wrong to read 50 Shades of Grey. I read, you know, a large swath of it. It's a little. I mean, look, it's bad. Like it's poorly written, but it's definitely. I guess like the underlying question is it wrong to read erotica? And I think it's difficult to argue from any sort of ethical perspective that it's inherently wrong to read erotica. Or to like read stuff that's intentionally titillating because that's what 50 Shades of Grey is. I mean, it's not supposed to be anything other than erotica, which is good because it isn't. Yeah. So no, I don't think it's. I don't see the ethical issue there. Really, I have to say. Oh, McGoldrylocks, McGoldrylocks. Oh, I can't finish. Oh, then Colchester's goalie tackles his own player. McGoldrylocks had to finish and he couldn't. This is the Swindon Town Swoodilypooper B team is not looking like the Swindon Town Swoodilypooper A team right now. I'm just going to tell you that. We are, I had to say I expected a little bit more out of our reserves. The whole reason we've worked so hard to get to a place where we can have, enough players that we don't have to be starting our goalkeepers in midfield like we did back in the early days at the end of the season is so that these guys can shine. Oh, this is it. This has to be it. To McGoldrylocks, please. Finish! What the F? Oh, I should have shot with Angel, I guess, but I mean, I don't know. What the F, man? Oh, it's frustrating. What's next? Is it wrong to send dirty pictures? Just be careful. I mean, the thing that you have to remember is that those. First off, you don't know that your relationship with that person is always going to be what it is today. And secondly, that I think is very important to remember is that these things are often hackable. And that once something is on the internet, it is basically impossible to get it off the internet. So you got to remember that it's it's a tricky business because of the way that the internet works and the way that it spreads information and how difficult it is to shut that stuff down. And you don't want to have to be living with that when you're 60 or whatever. So that's I mean, or maybe you do, but it's really difficult to know what you're going to want in 50 years. And that's sort of I think that to me is more the challenge than anything else. So that's what I would say to that. Oh, it's got to be. He's big. Oh, what is going on, McGoldrylocks? I started to sing for you. How do you miss the net? Oh, it's frustrating. We're in the 70th minute, and the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers have had nothing but shots and no goals. This is annoying. Yeah. I mean, we just gotta. I don't know. I really don't even know. I guess we're gonna have to go into aggressive mode. So we'll do that. All right. What's next? Is it wrong to think about your ex? Oh no, everybody thinks about their exes. That's not wrong at all. No, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself, anonymous Googler. You're just a person. Jeez. It's got to be, and it isn't. What the heck? Oh, that was Angel, and that's not a John Green style finish right there. It's funny. I mean, I picked Angel up because he's supposed to be a great finisher, and I haven't been blown away by his finishing so far. But admittedly, it's early in the season. He's still getting used to us, and we're still getting used to him. So let's not get all judgmental. Let's not be rash. That's all I'm asking. Let's play The great thing about the Swindon supporters is that you guys are supportive of everybody on the squad. You're supportive of Perry Perry, even though he's like 39 years old. So like let's kind of try to keep that vibe going because I think it's a big part of the success that we've had. But yeah, you got to say the finishing has not been there. Merrick's trying to change it. Oh, Merrick was looking for the foul and he didn't get it. It's frustrating. Merrick, back on the ball. Shot from outside the box. No. Oh, boy. Tough to see Swindon like this. Tough to see it. I mean, Fulham's beating Lincoln 4-0, and we're struggling. I mean, we're still. I mean, I don't think we're at risk of giving up a goal or anything, but we've got to find one. All right, what's next? Is it wrong to use a girl? Yes. Next. Is it wrong to vote for yourself? No. You don't think Barack Obama and Mitt Romney are going to vote for themselves? You think they're going to be like, oh, man, I want to vote for me. I think that I'm the best candidate, but I think I'm going to vote for Obama so that just because I'm embarrassed. Oh, yeah, you got to vote for yourself. Are we really going to have a replay against Colchester? I apologize to my friends and family. Ugh. It's looking increasingly like a replay. Unless there's extra time. I don't know how this works, actually, here in the second round. What's next? Is it wrong to want to be alone? No. It's awesome to want to be alone. Being alone is very underrated. Oh, we are going to extra time. Jeez. Against Colchester, I know I haven't made any substitutions, but that's because I'm angry with these guys and I want to tire them out to make them pay for their poor play. But McGoldrylocks is exhausted. He may need to come out. Oh, McGoldrylocks. Just all right. What's next, Meredith? Sorry, whatever your name is. Is it wrong to yell at your children? There is no X. There is no. Is it wrong to xenophobia? Yes, it is wrong to xenophobia. Is it wrong to yell at your children? Kind of. I think. I mean, listen. I'm no expert in parenting. I'm not pretending to be like some parental genius or something. But I don't think you should yell at your children. They're not. I mean, it's hard sometimes, I guess. Like, you get really. I understand. I definitely understand getting really frustrated with your kids. But I don't know. You don't have to yell at them when just because you're frustrated with them. Like, you can. There's other ways to deal with it. But I think like someone said this to me recently, and I thought it was a really good observation. I think like what you say to your kids kind of becomes their internal monologue. Like, it becomes what they say to themselves when they're in stressful situations and stuff. And so you don't want your kids to be like, they're in a stressful situation or a bad situation and they're like, oh, I hate myself. I'm so bad. I'm so evil. Like, that's not helpful at all. Like, so you don't want that. We're not going to penalties against Colchester. I refuse to accept it. Come on, guys. All right. What's the last one? Is it wrong to keep animals in zoos? No. I mean, to me, this gets back to I think zoos do a lot for conservation. We're going into the last half of extra time against Colchester, and we haven't scored. That's it. I am making some substitutions. I'm frustrated, and I'm making some substitutions. I'm making substitutions partly because we might go to freaking penalties against Colchester. I want to commend those of you who are still watching this 4 hours into the game against freaking Colchester. I'm bringing in Wellington. I'm bringing in John Green, and I'm bringing in somebody in midfield. I guess I'm going to take out Leroy Williamson. No, I can't take out Leroy Williamson. I need him for penalties. He's the best penalty kick taker in the world. I guess I'll bring in Holden. All right. Holden's a scorer. He scored. Terrible haircut. But no, to me, like, it's not wrong to keep animals in zoos because zoos do a lot for conservation, and also because it gets back to the question of like, is it wrong to kill insects? Like, if zoos serve a purpose that's a net positive to the species involved, I don't think it's wrong. But obviously, zoos need to do a good job of like respectfully. Oh no! Oh, we needed a big save and we got one. Wow, who would have thought we'd need a save against Colchester? I mean, my goodness. What is going on in this game? This is craziness. Craziness. There we go. Bringing it out of the back. It's the red power Granger. He's taking it up to D. McGoldrylocks. D. McGoldrylocks is going to swing it into ball John Green. This guy can finish, but he doesn't. It's frustrating. Made of Win just walked out of bounds. He's so annoyed. Oh, boy. Are we seriously going to penalties against Colchester? If I lose a penalty shootout to Colchester, the humiliation is going to be functionally unsurvivable. Like, I may have to retire as the manager of the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers. There's Merritt. It's Holden. It's Holden. Oh. That's a great cross. Ah, finally, he's big. He's red. He's found the perfect bed. D. McGoldrylocks. D. McGoldrylocks. He's big. He's red. He's found the perfect bed. D. McGoldrylocks. D. McGoldrylocks. That's the D. McGoldrylocks I remember from last season. Oh, in the 120th minute, at the very last possible moment, finally, the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers find a goal, and it's because I don't even know his name, gets in a great cross, and D. McGoldrylocks finally puts it in the back of the net. Oh, our long national nightmare has come to an end. Oh, thank goodness. I was so nervous. Okay, well, hopefully we won't have a game like that until the final. Oh, I feel bad making Colchester squat in shame. They performed heroically, but alas, it was not enough to defeat the Swoodilypoopers. One size fits all can barely even congratulate his fellow players because he's tired and also annoyed that we didn't win by 12. Thanks for watching. Best wishes.